What is going on, everybody? My name is Alex, and in this video I'm going to show you my own draft strategy for the MLB The Show 16 game mode Battle Royale, also known as BR. The first thing you see after entering your BR draft is the diamond round. In this round you get to choose one player with a base overall of 93 or higher, and in this round, in my opinion, you pretty much have three choices. You never want to draft the starting pitcher. With the starting pitcher, you have a 1 in 5 chance of using him in each game, and with every other player, you get to use them in every single game that you play. In this round, I personally have one go-to player, and that's Reggie Stalker. He's the player that I hit the best with in the entire game, so if I see him pop up in this diamond round, it's an automatic pick for me. Most diamond rounds, you get a relief pitcher option as well. Personally, I only look at the position players. I don't really like drafting a relief pitcher in that round. In this round, I decided to go with Chipper Jones, primarily because he's a switch hitter. He's strong against righties and lefties, and then because he's a switch hitter, he'll always have the advantage against the pitcher. In bronze rounds, I always go with starting pitchers until I fill up my rotation, unless there's someone with inside edge who's up that's maybe like a silver or higher. In this case, Robinson right here, he's an 83, so I chose him. Bronze round, no inside edge, so I went with the starting pitcher. My advice to you is to never use a silver, gold, or diamond round to draft a starting pitcher. You typically want to stick to the common or bronze rounds to draft your starting pitcher because you'll just be using your bullpen for the majority of your games. So in this round, I saw that Scope and Darno were the only ones with inside edge boost, and I like Scope's stats better, so I decided to choose him. Personally, I hit a lot of home runs, so I draft power hitters, but if you're more of like a small ball type of guy, you might want to draft contact hitters if you get a lot of base hits, you like to steal bases, that kind of thing. Personally, though, I had a lot of home runs, so I draft power hitters. Inside edge plays a huge part in BR. I decided not to go with Kimbrel because I don't like his pitch arsenal, and then Mookie's inside edge boost was also too good for me to pass up. If I'm lucky, I try to use my common round on either a relief pitcher or a starting pitcher. Right here, I used it for a relief pitcher, but in the long run, it's probably smarter to use it for a starting pitcher. When I pick my go-to relievers, it's usually in the silver rounds. For me, overall doesn't matter as much as the pitching arsenal that they have. When I'm looking at a relief pitcher, I look for a fastball, a slider, and a changeup to be included in their pitching arsenal. Now, they could have more pitches, but personally, I like to draft pitchers that have a fastball, slider, and changeup included in their arsenal. Now, when you're drafting your bullpen, it's good to go with two righties and two lefties that you know you're comfortable with using out of the bullpen. You don't want to necessarily choose a pitcher that maybe is highly rated. You want to choose a pitcher that you know you can actually do good with and shut people down out of the bullpen. If you have two righties and two lefties that you're solid with, this will help you for a majority of the situations and the batters that you'll face. You can use a righty against a righty, and then quickly after that, if you have a couple lefties in a row, just bring in a lefty to face a quick couple batters. Another big part of drafting in Battle Royale is that you should try and pick players that you know you're good with. For example, I'm batting 450 with 20 home runs with Randal Grichuk, but he's a bronze. So if I saw Randal Grichuk pop up in a bronze round, but there's also silver available, I might choose Grichuk over that silver if I know that I can hit better with Randal Grichuk. A key stat to look at when choosing players is their vision. If you're using zone hitting, a higher vision rating will cause your PCI to be bigger, and then that will make it easier to get good wood on the ball and make it easier to tee off the pitcher. Personally, I love using switch hitters. This will give you the advantage over the pitcher, and you don't have to worry about a righty on righty or lefty on lefty situation. You know that you'll always have the advantage over that pitcher. If I already have some good relievers, a lot of the time I'll just waste a bronze round on a reliever. I won't necessarily pay attention to the other picks. So like I do with the starters, if my starting rotation is full, I'll just quick draft a reliever if I know that I have a couple spots to waste in that bullpen because I already have some guys I know I'm comfortable with and that I will use the majority of my games. When it comes to drafting your bench players, you want to look at any positions that you might need upgrading. In this draft, I saw Carlos Beltran pop up when I was choosing my bench players, and I saw that I could put him in the outfield instead of Colby Rasmus. I know that I hit better with Carlos Beltran, and I love that he's a switch hitter because that always gives you the advantage. So I decided to pick Carlos Beltran and put him on my bench so that when I'm making my lineup, I can put him in the lineup instead of Colby Rasmus. To end the video, I'd like to summarize my tips and leave you with what I think are the most important ones and kinda just the key factors to look for when drafting your Battle Royale team. First things first, never draft a starting pitcher unless it is a bronze or common round. I cannot stress this enough. You have a 1 in 5 chance of getting your starting pitcher. It is such a bad idea to waste it on, especially a diamond round, but also your gold and silver rounds. You can get much better players in those rounds that will actually be usable every single game that you play. Another key tip is to try and draft 2 righty and 2 lefty relievers, and make sure they're relievers that you know you're effective with. You don't want to just draft like the 2 highest overall righties and the 2 highest overall lefties. You want to draft relievers that you know you have success with and you know have pitches that you are able to use and like to use. Last but not least, use inside edge to your advantage. Inside edge is so huge in the game this year, and you can get some great players that are boosted with inside edge, and that will take your team to the next level. That's going to wrap up the video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions or requests for me, make sure to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to address those and get back to you. Thank you guys. Peace out.